Reaction: West Ham won, Man United won. To be honest with you, a game where we're quite lucky to escape with a point. I personally felt like that was a defensive masterclass from Nuno. The way they set up, how they defended man to man, how they defended their areas, just everything. They made it super difficult to for United to create any form of chance whatsoever. Like literally, it was very difficult. Frustrating watch, right, Sam? I think probably the first one. That was super frustrating.
Yeah, that was very reminiscent of football under Amrim when it came to facing a team with a low block. Didn't create a lot of chances. Found it hard to deal with a high amount of possession. Our forward line was very much underperforming. Like none of them had a good performance, in my opinion. And then defensive mistake at the back cost us a goal, which we've seen before many times. Dallo back to being his usual self. Shaw letting the ball bounce, which is schoolboy error. So yeah, a lot of really disappointing things happened tonight, all in one game, which is how it normally goes with United, unfortunately.
Yeah, Civir, it felt a bit like a chess match at times, didn't it? It was kind of like, you make your move, then we'll make ours. We're going to set off. We're going to set off. Not a very, especially in the first half, a very entertaining game was it at all, and a frustrating watch.
Yeah, it wasn't entertaining, but then every now and then you'd come across these kind of games. Like
Yeah, yeah.
this is how football is. Like it's never going to be every single game end to end stuff. And you're bound to come across these kind of games. Tough ground to be at. They were very organized. West Ham, very
Mm.
very organized,
Put on a clinic, didn't
and
they?
even
Defensive
yeah,
clinic.
yeah. But even though it wasn't like entertaining to all, I was really like I'm still like very pleased with the way we moved the ball around. Um, it was one of those games where like a mistake would cost the game, like a goal
Yeah,
goes in,
yeah.
that sort of thing. But I was really impressed with the way we moved the ball around. I'm really, really happy with what I'm seeing as far as the way we manage the ball. Um, yeah, sometimes people get it wrong. Sometimes some players just don't turn up when they're supposed to. Ahmad was so terrible
Terrible.
today. Like, oh my
Terrible.
god, he was some of the
Well, he's not.
decisions he
He's
was
not. Someone
making.
mentioned it in the chat there,
Yeah,
Richard, saying that he's not been great in the last 3 games. To be honest, he's the one out of
yeah,
the. I mean, Cunha was quiet, and Boomer was apart from the assist at the end. It was one of them games. He just got no space at all.
yeah.
Um,
But then, at the very least, what we would expect from you is when you get the ball, just at least make the right decision.
yeah,
Sometimes, like there were so many times where he hesitated. He could have played people in. He wouldn't. He would put it back, and yeah, it's just. But I'm very encouraged by the performance. I know a lot of people feel a bit downcast now, but I'm very encouraged by it. Like I love
mm,
the way we managed it, and yeah,
yeah.
I hope we build on it.
I felt like Sam had Ahmad's number quite a lot of the
Yeah,
times on that right hand side. Very good
yeah,
left back. We've spoken about him in the preview. 1v1s was a little bit weren't quite there. Didn't quite have that fizz, did there? Even like Mateus Cunha, very quiet during the game.
yeah.
And Bruno, like I said, until the end. Even Bruno Fernandes he was trying to make things happen, but just one of them nights, a very off night for the attackers. Who out of the four would you go with Ahmad as well? Who kind of had a poor game for you?
Yeah, yeah. There was just so many like things I've had. Like Chewy touched on the hesitation, the delay, the making the right decision. He tried to go one on one with you for a number of times and he just couldn't get past him.
Mm.
I thought Cunha was non-existent as well for most of the game. Like I don't remember hearing his name that much. I don't remember him getting on the ball, if at all. Mbumo tried his best, but I just thought when it came to like having a presence in the box or a focal point, he just wasn't there. There was nobody in the box, which is why I was crying out for Cesco to come on in at half time just to give us that. And you saw when he came on, obviously he got a shot and he got our second shot on target all game, and then eventually got the winner, which I think proves the point. So yeah, I think the whole front line was lucky. I thought Bruno, not his best game either, like just wasn't creative enough.
Felt tired, Bruno.
Yeah, he
Felt it.
did.
I felt.
Really?
Casemiro was quiet as well. I felt like he was getting on the ball a lot and he was making passes, but I just felt he was quiet. And
I
then-
thought
did
Cast.
we
I
watch
didn't
the
know
same
about
game?
Cast. Oh, you thought Bruno had a good game?
Bruno was so good on the ball today.
I
He
disagree.
really, I don't know how you guys
disagree
watch
highly.
football.
I
honestly.
disagree so much.
He
Like,
was. Oh my god, he was really good on the ball. He was very, what's the word? Judicial with the ball.
Yeah, but
You have to give West Ham credit. Like we weren't just going to stroll through. Like it's. I mean, maybe I just saw it differently, but him and Cass today were just.
no,
So
I
good.
I, I agree in parts. Of like it's keeping the ball ticking and keeping that pressure on and things like that. It's because Bruno Fernandes sets the bar so high that we expect almost an assist or a goal every game because that's how good he is. I'm just trying to think of one massive chance he created. Maybe there was a goal offside or something like that. I don't know, but I can't think of one big moment from it. And I'm sat there as well saying, why are we not putting crosses into the box? Why is Cesco not coming on earlier? Like, I just felt it was one way and we didn't really. And maybe that's because of West Ham as well. I don't know. Maybe that's because they were so good set up defensively.
The way they set up was just was crazy, and I think that's what led to people like Cunha and Mbeumo really not, us not seeing them basically. Just knocked them out the game. Sorry, go on.
I was just saying against them low blocks though, you see like a traditional Pep Guardiola team. If you want to break those low blocks down, you need to get it to the byline. You need those quick combinations on the side. You need players who are capable 1v1 who can play that little eye of the needle pass. And the level that we've come to expect with these attackers, with what we've seen in the past couple of games, I don't think they hit that level as a collective in general, in my opinion. I'm not saying he was awful. I'm not saying he was bad by any stretch of the imagination. But those games, you might look at, I think that's a good point by the end. They might be the point that gets us into the Champions League. But those games, if you truly want to get into Europe, you've got to go and kill a team, despite how good they are defensively, because they were still on the back foot in the second half. We had a lot of the ball.
Again, it's another one of those stories, isn't it, where we had more possession and we were worse off for it. Like we dominated the ball. We held it a lot of the time, made a lot of passes through the midfield and within their area, but just didn't do anything with it. Like we just didn't create anything with it, and that's what we struggle with when we have more of the ball and we can't just be on the off the cuff and like just playing it 1-2s, where we have to like sort of find a way in or like break down a team. We're just not very good at it. Like we just aren't.
I said, so the show that I recorded outside Old Trafford today, I said this game would be a draw because if you look at Carrick when he was with Middlesbrough, you look at the teams that he's faced near the bottom who set up like an Uno team or who are very compact and make it difficult. He has tended to struggle against those kind of sides. And again, it'll be a learning curve for him. These things, these little minor details that will get you through those games, that will come with a bit of time. But I don't think it was an awful game. I'm not like hugely disappointed with the performance. I don't know, man. I thought it was an opportunity, especially with Chelsea dropping points. You could have just created a bit more of a gap there. But maybe we were asking, we just won 4 games on the bounce. We drew a game. It's not the end of the world, is it?
You just sorry, Chivi, but the one thing I say is like West Ham are in a relegation zone. Do you know what I mean? Like this is a team we should be putting away. Like they have been. I know up recently they've got a couple of wins together and they took it to Chelsea.
They're on 4 wins now. This is number 4.
No, they got beat by Chelsea last week. So
yeah,
I know they've got better, but still should be putting this team away. Like we still should. With that attack that we've got, we should be putting this team away.
I think that the goal, Civir, I wanted to speak about, because that you can highlight as Luke Shaw just needs to clear his lines there. I don't know what he's doing, waiting for that ball to kind of bounce about. And then maybe Mainu loses track a little bit of Thomas Souček, like a cutback goal, a slight, maybe you could say, I don't know, disappointed with that defending.
Yeah, but then this is what happens in football. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm significantly older than you guys, so I've been watching football for a very long time. So I've seen this over and over. So I'm kind of used to this sort of stuff. This is what happens in football. It's not a perfect game. People, players will make mistakes, and things will just happen. It's moments. This is what happens, and I'm sure all of you could kind of feel it when Luke Shaw made that mistake. We're just like, ooh,
yeah,
this is it. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, you kind of just know. You feel it when it's coming, that sort of thing. So it was disappointing to see that goal go in. I'm sure lots of Man United fans watching at the time kind of just felt it coming. So, and fair play to West Ham, like they took their chance. It was a very cagey game. Like,
Mm.
it was one of those games where whoever gets that goal is just going to hold on to it. Like
It's like they were waiting for that opportunity, weren't they, West Ham? They were just
Yeah.
waiting for
Yeah.
a mistake and they were going to
and they got
capitalize
the
on it.
opportunity and
Yeah.
they took their chance, and that's what happened. And
That's a
we
new
had,
team, though. That's what they do, isn't it?
yeah, and we could have taken our chance a few times, but then certain players made certain wrong decisions here and there, and it just didn't turn up. And then as the game draws on, the emotion starts to get in, the crowd starts to get on, and then it's kind of like then you start making mistakes.
Mm.
Then the West Ham players start playing better, and then this is where the human element in football comes in, and this is what just happened. And
Yeah.
it's just one of those things, man. Honestly.
Well, we'll get into the cameos and the goal, trust me, towards the end. I just want to read a couple of comments out. Lewis Jackson saying, gutted. Emmanuel saying, we need another playmaker other than Bruno. So much depends on him. John Onohomny says, lads, it's Carrick's 5th game. We're still unbeaten. Yes, it's against these teams to get into Europe, but Chelsea aren't great. Liverpool aren't great. Villa's slipping. UTFR Nath says they scored their goal and sat back and frustrated us. Also got Al Williams saying, evening chaps, we were sloppy today, just didn't move the ball around like we have in the last few games. Touched, seemed off, loose passes, got away with murder in the end thanks to Cesco, and at least we're not having our next 2 weeks stewing over losing to them lot. Yeah, it's a good point because there is quite a big gap between now and the Everton game. I think it's like 10 days or something because we're out of the FA Cup because Ruben Amorim decided that we didn't want to be in the competition anymore, so we lost.
He doesn't like cup competitions. So he's like, fuck it, we get rid of those.
Sam, we initially thought we got back into the game with Casemiro.
Yep.
Scored a header again, getting into those areas. A great cross from Kobe Mainu, but when you see the lines that are drawn, you're like,
when he made the run. And he got the space, he got the header. I was like, how has he ended up with that much space? Like, he must be offside. Like, there's something. And then obviously they went back and looked, and he's like, yeah, it's offside. But Casemiro, man, he's got a magnet in his head or something because that ball is just attracted to his head no matter what. And he's very capable of doing that. And yeah, I for a minute, I thought, oh, we're back in it. And then when I thought about it, like a second afterwards, like, yeah, this is probably going to get chalked offside, unfortunately.
Do you know, a lot of times I noticed with Casemiro, he was more advanced than Bruno and Mainu. Like, he was the one getting in the areas on the edge of the box post. And I wasn't really a fan of it. I like when he crashes the box and his crosses going into the box. But when you're playing it into feet and he's got to pop it off those little, sometimes it can be a little bit, I don't know. I prefer a Mainu or a Bruno there who's got a bit more guile to create kind of space and create a pass. But no qualms with him. I think Casemiro, in my opinion, had a great game. I think Lisandro Martinez, Civir, in games like this, he is so important in it. Like, he had a top game by all accounts. And then that touch as well from Jared Bowen when he's, the press was to come in, bang, pop it on the corner. What did you make of his performance today, Lisandro?
Really good. I was really disappointed when Maguire came off. Even though Euro had a good cameo. But,
I was going to say, those 2 blocks that he made were fantastic.
Mega.
Really good.
Look like the old Euro. It sounds weird to say, but
yeah. Lisandro, like, if you watch, like, in the first half, like, this is what I was enjoying in the game, like the way we're moving the ball and how we bait the press. And it starts with Lisandro. Like, he takes the ball, puts his stud on it, and waits for them. Then they jump, and then he passes, and every pass was like inch perfect. And then when he plays it down the line on the side of when he plays it to like Luke Shaw, and for me it was just beautiful to watch because I like that side of the game. And having a player like him, it was almost like having a quarterback in American football. That sort of thing, like someone actually dictating it from the back. So it's really good to have. And yeah, these kind of games, like they happen. You come across them every now and then. I mean, even the biggest. I remember, who was it? Was it Real Madrid? Who I can't remember, but like the biggest teams, you can go every single year in football, go across Europe, and then you'd have the biggest teams get frustrated by respectfully a smaller team sort of thing. But I was really impressed with Lisandro. I hope Maguire's injury is not that serious.
He was moving about really gingerly in that second half. Like, I was watching him going, he doesn't look right. Like, he really doesn't look right. And then literally 5 minutes later, Yodo comes on for him. So yeah, I hope he's not massive.
Maybe it was more like a precaution sort of thing,
Hopefully,
just not to
yeah.
get it worse. Yeah.
Well, he has just come back from a hamstring injury, and it was
Yeah.
like the past couple of months. So, to be honest, if Lenny Yoro is going to perform like he did when he came on, then we might be all right. I mean, Yoro, he got a bit more pace.
That was what a matured display.
And he needed that
the first,
as well.
Yeah, he needed it. You know, the first time when they get the break, like he doesn't commit, he just runs through the middle.
Yeah.
Make sure he's clear, and then he closes him down. Like that's
he just tracks it. He just tracks his guy all the way, doesn't he? Up until a point, it's like, right, now I know.
Yeah.
Now I need to
I
make the block.
Yeah.
Rather than like you see so many defenders just dive straight in and either get
dive
it wrong,
straight in,
give a penalty,
just
or
marshaled him to the corner.
Yeah. And do you know what? Them moments won't get the praise like Cesco's goal did, which we were definitely talking about. But they should do, because had a goal gone in there, that's game over done completely. And he made two really, really important. And even Le Mans as well. There was a ball that went through, I think it's Callum Wilson.
Yeah, good save.
Straight on to save, and then not only just that, when he came off his line, like he read the situation, he knew it was going in behind, and he cleared. And again, that's because having a steady goalkeeper. But ultimately, when we come across a game like this, lads, it takes a special thing to get anything from the game, because West Ham were unbelievable and fair play to them. But that goal and that finish from Benjamin Cesco, lads,
I don't even know what he did. Like,
unbelievable.
Did he like it came over, and I thought he like flicked it, and then it
was a volley.
It was so. I couldn't work it. I'm gonna have to watch it back like 4 times just to see the technique, because it was bizarre. Like I couldn't work it out.
Unreal goal.
It was a flow. How do you say flick and volley at the same time?
Flolly.
Yeah, it was a flolly.
Yeah,
a
flawless.
Yeah, he flicked.
I've never seen that. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Yeah, because flicks kind of like float. This one had some pace on it.
It went like straight, didn't it? Like.
But do you like when you talk about proper strikers, and people might agree with me, but like your Robbie Fowlers and like you always mention like Hernan Crespo, Civir, and these kind of guys, those like instinctive kind of strike. That is an instinctive, natural goal scorer. Yeah. Like watch that back multiple times. It is a proper striker's goal. Yeah. And they've always spoke about Cesco's ball striking being like elite, but we haven't really seen it. We don't see him get many shots off. He had like one kind of tame one that was a shot on target, but didn't really trouble the keeper. That's a special finish, man. Like there's telling you, there's not many strikers that can finish like that.
Yeah, if you asked him what he probably wouldn't even know what he did. But it's just this is how some footballers are.
Instinct.
It's just
PC as well.
Just comes and he just
like we put a ball into the box, and what happens? He scores. Like, why were we not doing more? As soon as he come on, why were we not putting more of them into the box? Like,
he should have come on earlier as well. Sam,
I agree. But like, put those balls into the box, because eventually he will get you something like he did there. Yeah. Like, it's just, I don't know why that didn't, like you said, happen earlier. And then when he did come on, put some more balls into the box so he can get on the end of things. Like, it just was weird to me.
He's just been speaking actually in reaction to the game. He says, we're a great team together. We're working together no matter what is happening, whether we're behind in front, we're always fighting. And he's also just mentioned as well, he's disappointed. He says, I'm happy with the finish, but I'm not happy with the draw. Unfortunately, we're a bit unlucky, but we fought until the end. You know what, lads? Sometimes you think, when you feel a bit bad about a result or whatever, you can always think, well, at least you're not Tottenham, because Tottenham have had a stinker tonight, lads. I mean, lost.
How has he still got a job? How is he still in his job?
He just said as well, I think 1,000% I'll be in charge for the North London derby. And I'm thinking 1,000% after that game's over, you're gone, mate. Like,
is he willing to put his mortgage on it? Because I don't think he would.
3 points above Forest, they are at the minute. Forest have Wolves at home tomorrow. Like, that is...
And Forest got a game in hand as well.
Yeah, I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
No idea. Crazy times.
Where is it? Is it in White Hart Lane, or is it in...
White Hart Lane. That's how you know you're an old school. White Hart Lane.
What's the stadium?
The Tottenham Hotspur, the biggest stadium, well, one of the biggest stadiums in the Premier League, isn't it? Their new stadium.
It's called the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Yeah, it's called Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Original.
How creative. Yeah. It actually suits a bland manager like Thomas Frank and bland players that they've got in the midfield. So they deserve it.
They couldn't think of anything. They just
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They went,
Other than
Civir, they went to a marketing agency and they spent about 100 grand on it, and they came back with the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Yeah. Al Williams saying, other than Cesco's goal, best thing today was Martinez's touch away from Bowen. Absolutely agree with that. His timing, his class. Yeah, Lisandro Martinez for me was, I'll go early on it. I thought man of the match, to be honest with you. He was our best player on the pitch. And without him, a lot of the attacking phases that you saw wouldn't have happened because he's pivotal when you're breaking down low blocks. So, I'd go with a shot with that. Thanks to Palmer for the miss of the century. We're still at 4th. I didn't know Palmer missed a sit. I know he scored a penalty, but I didn't know he missed a sitter. I'm just going to take a look at the league table, lads. I know people say, don't always look at the league table and blah, blah, blah.
No, we're 4th still.
But we're 4th still, yeah. We're a point ahead of Chelsea because they drew against Leeds. 26 games in the bag. Liverpool plays Sunderland tomorrow, who have not lost at home yet, I don't think, all season. So fingers crossed they can drop points again. But if Liverpool win, they go to 42 points, still 3 points behind us. So we've still got a little bit of a gap. 10 days to kind of get some energy back in the legs, which sounds crazy because they should be able to play these kind of games anyway. But then we've got Everton on a Monday night, who just lost to Bournemouth and got a man sent off as well. So, yeah, a bit of time now. I'm not quite sure what we do, lads, from here.
At least it's a weird one, isn't it? Because it's not a loss, so we don't sit and stew for 10 days going for fuck's sake. And it's not a win where we can sort of like be excited and ready for the next game. So, yeah, it's kind of a weird limbo we're kind of in.
I'm happy
isn't
with
it?
the point, man. I'm really happy with the point. Like, it's not a loss. So
no, definitely not.
Well, Michael Carrick just said West Ham made it difficult for us. Big credit to the boys when we needed a late goal. It's a good quality to have. We'll take it and move on. So it sounds like he's in a similar vein of thought, Civir.
What do you guys make of this whole fiasco about the guy with the hair? Like, that's all I've been hearing. Like,
a lot of people unhappy
commentary.
with it. I'll tell you that.
Sorry?
There's a lot of people unhappy with it, especially in our like community. When I was doing pre-match live, a lot of people would like a lot of lads in the comments and were saying like, I can't be asked with it. I'm sick of seeing it. Like,
it's just like it just kind of just takes the whole, just takes up the whole situation. Like, I don't know, the 5 games. I don't know if it brings extra pressure or I'm not sure, but it's just that's all I was hearing up until the game. Like, even some ladies at work who do not watch football at all we're talking about. It's like, man, come on, like, we just want the 3 points, man. Like,
Sam, do you agree with the sentiment? Or
I mean, he's got his 5 minutes of fame, hasn't he? And he's
got more than that, 750,000 followers.
Do you know what I mean? Like, he's capitalizing on it, and at some point, either interest will die off, or we'll win 5 games, then he'll shave his head, then he'll disappear into obscurity, like every other like meme sort of trend does. Like, where's that Hoctor girl now? Like, what the fuck's she doing? Like, she had
scamming people for crypto. That's what
exactly. Like, they always fall off and try and like end up making money somewhere else. So like, it'll happen. It's a trend. It'll die out.
For me, I don't think I took as much as a harsh view on it. That just purely because I think from a creative side, I think it was quite like. It's a weird that no one's thought of the idea, and he's managed to monetize it. Really, when you think about it.
Let him have his like short moment in the sun, and then
it doesn't. It's no skin off. Like, it doesn't bother me. Like,
for me, it's not him. It's just the way it's taking a life of its own now, and it kind of dominates the entire conversation around how we win, and it's puts extra pressure. I don't think it's. It's not about him personally. I just don't like the way it's just dominated the entire conversation. Really.
No, I get that. I get that. I also don't want to become that kind of meme culture as well. You see it with Arsenal sometimes. There's some cringy stuff surrounding the club, they kind of tie into it a little bit.
Goofy,
man. Shit like that.
Goofy, like this is what they do.
We're trying to be serious. We're trying to win games, and we're trying to, just kind of that narrow mentality and just, push forward. And you're always going to get things like this. I'm sure there'll be some reactionary stuff out there tonight who's saying, "Get sack Carrick, get rid of him." All that. You know what the internet's like, innit? They're just fucking, they're mad. They're absolutely mad. John saying secretly he must be happy because if United won, he no longer news with his hair. I don't know what that makes sense. But
just to say, sorry, Nick, I don't we're a bit down with performance and what have you, but we're unbeaten in 5 games. We've scored, I think we've got 13 points out of 15. since Carrick's come in. Like,
yeah, it's good, man.
Like, it could be worse. Like, it could be so much worse. Like, it could be a lot fucking worse.
I kind of expected it, so it's not like I'm shocked. I knew this would be a really tough game.
Same. I'm not downbeat at all. Like, I'm calm. I'm really, really calm. Like, it's just one of them games, man.
As for, obviously, I mentioned that it's a long time away, the next game, 10 days or whatever. But when you look at the form Cesco's in at the moment, I think it's 5 goals in his last 6 games or something like that. Obviously coming off the bench for a lot of them as well. Do we make a decision where he starts starting games, or do you think do you think Carrick will continue with the team? What would you do? I suppose is the question. Like, what would you guys do?
To be fair, I think it depends on the opposition, because I like the way Bruno, Mbeumo, and Cunha. What's the word? I'm sorry, it's so late in the evening. I can't. They rotate, so it's like you can't really. It might be Mbeumo in the 9, it might be Bruno in the 9, it might be Cunha. Like the way they keep rotating that thing, like, it's very, very fluid, and it's hard for people to pick up. And so I kind of like that, especially if you're trying to break teams down. But it should depend on the opposition, to be fair. Like, based on who we're going to play, how we do our homework against the next opponent, basically. But I think he's made a big shot for a start, Cesco, because every time he comes on, he's either scoring or he's almost scoring. Like, there's something there, and it's quite unfortunate that we don't have Dogu right now, because I think that connection was just something else, like, with both of them. So yeah, I think, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's up to I think it's just like I said. It's just based on who we play next, really.
Sam?
Yeah, I think he's unlucky not to start Cesco. Like, I think I've said it in the last couple of games, and I think at halftime, me and you were in agreement that he should have come on. I think it was the game for him to play. And
he's on 6 goals now.
There you go.
Yeah.
Like, he's
goals.
He's on a good run. Maybe he's making a rod for his own back, because he has been so effective come off the bench and like scoring like late winners. Fulham, obviously, and now an equalizer at West Ham. So maybe that's coming into the account. But I think, that Cunha's had a bad couple of games. I think Ahmad's been poor last few games, so maybe he does freshen up. Maybe he takes one of them out, moves in Mbeumo over, and puts Cesco down the middle. Like, maybe he does that, but we'll see. We'll see against Everton.
Maybe it's a time for a shoulder for a different day. But Ahmad, I don't know what it is at the minute with Ahmad. He's not. It was a period last season where he really started gaining some momentum and was starting to look like deadly on the pitch, and I just feel like he's a little bit off that.
He's lost the edge, hasn't he? He's lost that edge.
Yeah, it's not got that edge.
There's a bit of, and the only thing that saves him right now is just the work he puts in off the ball.
Grafter,
work. Yeah, so he's a grafter, so he would come back and then he would double team and then he'd pick up the ball.
Yeah.
That's one thing I was impressed with Mbeumo today, was like he tracked back every single time. So even when I didn't see him in attack, whenever they had the ball, I would see him running back and he would. So that's probably just the saving grace. But yeah, from an attacking point of view, he's kind of dropped off a little bit, to be fair. And his decisions today it really frustrated me. Really.
Just before you guys head off, the people in the chat, we've got some stuff coming out on socials shortly, but if you do want to grab yourself some merchandise, be a Real Red Ultra, there's hoodies in there, there's caps, there's mugs, help yourself to any of that kind of stuff. The link is in the description for that. And also as well, if you want to check us out on socials, sorry, that's an old one, but you can get the gist. Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Please do drop us a follow for all the reaction after the game. But the quotes from Michael Carrick, stats, all that kind of jazz. Get your United fix, and we'll be back tomorrow with a live. So yeah, please do tune in. Please do leave a like and a video for us and subscribe to the channel. And me, Sam, and Civir will